Welcome to Barefaced and Unbridled, where wellness, beauty, and life's wild adventures collide.
We're your hosts, Lauran, Michael, and McKenzie Cruz, best friends from Chattanooga, Tennessee, who met over a decade ago riding horses and have been by each other's sides through life's biggest moments.
Now, we're the co-founders of a thriving med spa, blending our love for natural beauty and wellness.
Barefaced is about being authentic and embracing your natural beauty.
And Unbridled, that's our free-spirited, sometimes a little wild approach to life.
So saddle up and join us for unfiltered stories, wellness tips, and the journey behind our passions.
Hi, everyone. I'm McKenzie.
And I'm Lauran.
And we are on our first podcast episode. We don't even, I keep forgetting the name.
What is it? Wait, Unbridled?
Wait, Barefaced and Unbridled.
Wait, we
yes.
need to read again.
No, that's funny. It's fine. I mean, we just came up with it today. So we're really excited, though, because we've been wanting to have a podcast for years.
Yeah, this has been a really long time coming.
Years. I mean, me and Lauran we tried starting a podcast.
We made a trial podcast.
Well, 2017 we did.
Yeah.
And then again, 2022?
Oh, no, we tried making a YouTube in 2017.
Oh,
that's when YouTube was what everyone did.
Yeah.
We wanted to be YouTubers on the makeup.
Our YouTube makeup trends. But wait, cheers, honey.
Cheers
Drinking
to our first one.
To get a little, not nervous.
We need this a little bit. Our first one, this is a hard kombucha. I actually like it.
I like it.
You didn't love it, but it tastes good.
No, it was the first drink. I was this is a little odd, but it's getting better as we drink it. It's New Year's Eve, everyone. So this is...
What better way to ring it in?
Yeah, we're excited. We're going into 2025 with so many goals. And
yes, and
we're
this
so
is
excited.
one we've been wanting to check off for so long. Mm-hmm. And what better way to start 2025 with checking something off the list?
Yes. So we are excited. Thank you for being here. And we hope this isn't extremely messy this first episode, but we're going to try to make it flow.
Best. Why we wanted to do this podcast is because we're so passionate about so much, specifically wellness, skin. I mean, obviously, we started a med spa called Sage Aesthetics and Wellbeing in Ottawa. Come visit us.
We have a lot of stories. We've had
experiences.
So many experiences together in particular. I feel like all of our fun things we've gone through in life have been together.
Things happened to us together.
Yes. So we've just wanted to have a platform to be able to talk about it. And we're not really... it's hard on the social media aspect. So we're like, okay, let's do a podcast. We can tell our stories. We can hopefully give some advice now that we're,
a little bit older.
We're not going to say that. Yeah, no, we're embracing it.
No, we're embracing it.
A little older.
With our skin treatments.
Yes, and we just wanted to have you guys get to know us a little better, especially now that, we have a lot of patients coming in and we have people that wanting to get to know us for our personalities a little more versus our professional, life. So
because we're super kooky.
Yes, we're very kooky.
We're crazy. Okay, so we want to dive into what happened over a decade ago and how we're here.
Okay, so maybe I'll tell that side of the story since Lauran was oblivious at first to our friendship. No, so we met 10 years ago. Both of us were riding horses. I've ridden kind of all my life. Mm-hmm. My aunt had horses, and we moved from San Clemente, California to Norco, California when I was 10 years old, and we stayed at a barn in Norco. That's where you board your horses. And it was in 2015 that one day I went to the barn. I was in college at the time, and I rode up to, I saw this girl riding her horse, and she was...
Oh, yeah, because I had just moved barns.
Yeah, you had just moved barns.
Yeah.
So she was on her horse, and she had a bandana in her hair, winged eyeliner, and a flannel, wrapped around her. And I was like, oh my God, that is Jesse James Decker. I don't know if you guys were fans of Jesse. We still are. Particularly in 2015 times, she was huge and she was touring and
we were obsessed.
She had
Everyone
her show.
Wanted to be her.
Yes.
And if you had a bandana Winged eyeliner and a flannel. You were a Jessie girl.
Jessie through and through. I walked up to
You looked up.
Galloped up to Lauran on her horse.
Both Gracies.
Yes, which at the time we didn't know. They were both named Gracie. Yeah. But I rode up to her and I was like, hey, are you a Jessie James Decker fan? And she's like, yeah. And then I don't even know.
I mean, the rest is history, honestly.
Yeah. We became like
after
instant best
that,
friends.
We would like see each other at the barn. We'd hang out at the barn, ride together.
Yeah.
But the next time was the Vegas trip that we really became best friends. But I feel like we should save that for a different episode because that was hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we can't even. That's just a whole story in itself of that whole entire Vegas trip.
Yeah.
Like weird stuff happened.
Yeah.
And we were with little John.
I know.
Like
that shows how like the wildness of us together.
Yes. So we'll talk about that another time. But
so then fast forward a couple of years. I mean, we literally became best friends and then became pretty much inseparable.
Yeah.
Like I transferred colleges, went to the same college as you.
Oh, didn't you say like the other day that I was the one that inspired you to go into nutrition?
Yeah.
Which I was like, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah.
In 10 years. So
no,
that was really sweet.
I remember I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I think before I was just majoring in like business and I just had no clue.
Yeah.
And then we were talking and like you knew I was into eating healthy, nutrition and all of that. And you were like, oh, I have a friend that does it for like the county and all of that. And then I was like, oh, shoot. So then I don't know. You're like, she works for like something with the county nutrition wise. And then I was like, oh, that's like amazing. So then I was like, okay. So then I applied to Cal Baptist, got in, transferred and started nutrition there.
Yes. And at that time I was going to La Sierra, but then I got into PA school.
You were in between.
Oh, so okay, I was in between. So I'd already graduated and I had gotten into PA school.
You were a medical assistant when I met you at the old folks home.
Oh my God. We have to talk about the time we like drove off in the middle of the night to San Luis Obispo.
Oh my
from
gosh.
The old person's
yeah.
home.
Okay.
But yeah, that's another story. But yeah, I was going to PA school at Cal Baptist and we graduated the same year. Like everything just aligned.
Yeah.
But during that time, we became managers at a restaurant together
in Brea, California. Green Tomato Grill. Shout out. We love you.
We love you. And
we miss your bowls.
Chili lime popcorn.
Oh my gosh, I miss that.
And what was my favorite? I like the shishito peppers with the lime, agave lime dressing.
Okay. Yeah, we became managers there. We were running the show, showing up to like our 6 a.m. shifts.
Messed up.
Still.
I mean, that was during our party years.
Yeah. 2016, 2017 we were something else.
Insane. But yeah, I mean, at that point too, I always see all these like TikToks of like how our era was like we would party till like 4 a.m. and like still go to work at 6 a.m.
Like that's the thing. We were hard workers. We were at our shift. There was no calling out.
Yeah, we never did.
We would still be drunk at the opening shift at 6 a.m.
I was like scared of getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
like we would commit to a job. And that's how we're here at Sage.
Yes.
Okay, so a little bit about why we wanted to start this podcast and why y'all should obviously listen is because starting with the name Barefaced and Unbridled. Barefaced just really means to us, like obviously we're in the skin industry, the wellness and beauty industry, and we just love natural beauty. But also it means just to show up as your most authentic self. Nowadays, not a lot of people do that.
No.
Kind of all fake and filtered and showing up just who you are and not caring. We finally wanted to start this podcast because for so long I feel like cared too much about what people would say, what people would think. And even though this is something we truly wanted to do.
Oh yeah.
So
we've been trying to do a podcast for years, but we were always so nervous.
Yeah. We were like, what are people going to say?
Gosh, like that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have those fears.
It's a normal thing, especially in like our society nowadays. Everyone's so judgmental, and online you can make comments and behind fake profiles, different things like that. But 2025 is just about being our true authentic selves and just doing what we want to do.
What we want to do.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, we just want to have fun, be a little unbridled, is that's where that came from.
Yeah, unbridled. Okay, we can talk about what unbridled means to us. I mean, we are
just
free-spirited girls.
Wild,
we're a little wild.
A little
we're
kooky,
crazy.
whack jobs.
And like, once we get more into it, y'all will see too, like some of our stories and like our true personality.
Yeah.
We're a little nervous today and can't enter with our first one being like crazy.
And that's another thing is, I mean, we are professionals.
Yes.
Like, we take our jobs very seriously we told our story from when we worked at Green Tomato Grill when we were managers. I mean, we would show up. We were,
just kidding.
No, we wouldn't. Very serious. We've always taken things, we're very type A in that aspect. We love to be, we're career driven. So we're very professional, and sometimes we're like, that can be a little boring when our patients and our friends want to just see a little more of us and a little more of our kooky, fun selves. So this is an outlet for us to be able to show you guys a little more of our personalities, so that you can get to know us and know our hearts and know that we truly do care about all of y'all, and especially our patients and our people that come in and that we get to know. We
our true like support system.
Our supporters.
And that's what we've realized, I feel like too, is that just opening in Ottawa, like, we have such a support system. We were reflecting on this the other day where it's like nothing we could have ever imagined. Our community is amazing.
Yes.
And we have amazing patients, employees, that it's taken a long time to get to where we are.
Yeah.
And a lot of hard work, tears, sweat. But
and sometimes I feel like in our busy days and our busy lifestyle, like, we don't have the time to appreciate and show you guys how much we do care and show you our hearts, because and that's like really I feel like the main reason. We're like, we need to show us and like our genuine love for like you guys and our supporters. So that's why we're like, let's just have fun. Let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
Let's show our authentic selves.
And we could literally talk for hours.
And and hopefully this inspires you guys. I mean, we're going
There's some inspiration for business.
Yes, business, fun,
lifestyle.
Yep.
I mean, that's really the whole point of it.
It really is. So we hope we can give a little advice, a little inspiration. If you guys want to do something crazy, do something your heart's been yearning for, do it.
We will support you.
Yeah. We are not judgmental. That's one thing about us. We do not care. Like, just
you can message us anything and we'll be there for you.
Tell us. I mean, come sit in my chair, talk to me, tell me everything. Tell me all your secrets. It's fun.
Yeah, but I want to know too.
Yeah, Lauran wants to know too.
Call me.
I love it. Yeah, that's a little behind why we started this, and we hope you enjoy it.
So, now that we kind of talked about how we met, which we have so many stories, like we said, in Vegas. That's a key story. But how did we end up in Chattanooga?
Oh my God. I feel like you have to kind of, like, you started. Lauran started the Chattanooga.
What was going on was I was graduating college, and my boyfriend was in Huntsville, Alabama. So I was like, I got to get to Huntsville, Alabama. But Huntsville, Alabama is it's pretty small. So I was kind of applying to jobs in nutrition kind of all over the place. And I was applying to like the Department of Health because that's where my internship was, and that's what I kind of knew. So then I was applying to like Huntsville, different places in like South Alabama, Middle Alabama, Birmingham. Then also I was like, oh, Chattanooga, I'd been there before. And I was like, okay, like, let me just apply there and see. Well, I got hired and based out of Chattanooga with the Hamilton County Department of Health. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. The pay was good. It just all kind of was working out. So I just pulled the trigger and moved here. And then everyone just started coming out and visiting. Like, Kenzie, you visited me like how many times?
I don't even know.
A million times.
A million times. I think we were out here 9 times in 1 year at one point. Like, that was insane because one of my high school best friends, she moved out to Nashville. So I was in her wedding, Lauran's, and Krista's, her sister. So it was like 3 different
that was just
weddings.
3 different trips.
Yeah,
like
3 different trips
within a year.
Trips, and then bridal showers, bachelorette. Like, it was just nuts. Then also I think I came out for
just separately.
Yeah, I came
like,
out by
you
myself
came out
one
for
time.
New Year's Eve, like different times. So you were visiting all the time, and then your boyfriend at the time, Travis, he was coming out to visit with you, and it was just like during all craziness in 2020, and
Yes.
like just Tennessee is so much like a better, slower pace of life, easier, not so crazy. So I just feel like everyone fell in love with that when it was a crazy time.
Yeah, I mean, every time I'd come out here, it was weird. I felt like a longing to be here, which was so odd because we've obviously grown up in California. And California, I mean,
And you were like a beach California
I was a
girl.
beach California girl. Grew up surfing. Grew up next to the beach in San Clemente, California, which I do miss. I love the beach still. That's one thing I miss about California, and obviously the friends there, but and family. But I will say that like there's such a charm about Chattanooga.
It really
it's just
is.
like something
because
magical.
it's a big city, but it also is not at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, especially now that we've lived here for so long, it's like you realize that it's a tiny city. Everyone knows everyone in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds big, but it's really not. And I feel like that's what we fell in love with.
Yes.
But it's not like a Nashville where it's like it's huge. This, like, it's just still that cozy hometowny vibe.
And it's cute because you can go downtown, you can have your little city life,
Yeah.
like go get your drinks or go get your coffees or go to a nice restaurant. But then you can also escape, and you know, we're country girls at heart.
Yep.
We met riding horses, we
Yeah.
love horses, we love country. So just a little outskirt of Chattanooga where we live, which is what, like 10 miles? Not
Like
even.
barely any, like a
Yeah.
20-minute drive.
20-minute drive, we are out in like the farmlands.
Yeah.
So you can have a little bit of both, and we love that we can get our eggs, like
Yeah.
our milk, our meat, everything
Yeah.
from locally sourced farmers. And so that's just like
Yeah,
to
that's
both
something we
worlds.
haven't even touched on is like we are wellness girlies through and through. So we love that here you can literally just live life as like your best self. You have like direct contact with your local farm that's literally around the corner from your house. You can just, everything is very local, organic, just all of that. So it's amazing.
Best
in
of
that
both
aspect.
worlds.
Yeah.
That's why we love it here. So we weren't even finished how we got here, though, right?
No, well, okay, so then you came out visiting a million times.
Visited, loved the charm.
Yep.
It was fun.
And then y'all finally pulled the trigger.
Well, that was like during COVID.
Yeah.
So like I think our last straw with California was COVID and just everything that happened with that. It just started getting really restrictive in California, and you know, everyone knows what happened during.
Yeah.
We ended up pulling the trigger and moving out here in 2020.
December of 2021.
But yeah, the quality of life out here has been awesome. So moving here was a blessing for
and then
all of us.
everything's fallen into place since, like, obviously I moved here, but then when you moved here, like, everything just fell into place.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That's how we ended up creating Sage. I mean, that has always been a goal of ours, is to do something together, because obviously we're inseparable.
Yeah.
So we couldn't not work together.
And we're very alike, and that's what,
Yeah.
I mean, we've worked together for 2 years,
Yeah.
and we've never, like, knock on wood, oh my God.
Knock
knock on this tree, but we've, like, get along so well,
Oh.
and, like, I think because we're so similar-minded that, like, I'm, like, I don't even have to, like, get worried about, like, oh, Lauren's, like, is she picking out the right thing? Like,
Yeah.
we like the same things, so
Yeah.
it's, like, I don't know, we just, like, mesh so well.
Yeah. Well, even too, we literally are just so easygoing. Like, nothing. And we can talk about anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, we run ideas back and forth, and there's been times where you're like, no. Or
yeah,
like,
that's true. And we're
but
not
it's
like,
but I'm not like, what? Like, she hates
No,
me.
it's
No,
true.
but it's like,
Yeah.
we can just say that.
oh yeah.
Like,
If you're like, that's hideous, I'm like, okay.
yeah.
I guess it's hideous. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh yeah, it is kind of.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So that's how it's kind of all worked out.
Our biggest thing is, our biggest thing in life is Sage, which is our med spa that we started in 2020.
I mean, we opened in 2023. Like,
2023.
it started in 2022. Like, that's
Yeah.
when we got everything together.
So
It was supposed to open in 2022.
basically, I moved here 2021, right? We spent the whole year planning Sage. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Like we went through business meeting. I mean, we were working on it.
Software, EMR systems,
to
design.
Dallas, to like
trying out devices.
And by the way, guys, I have worked, and we'll get into like more of our history too, of like behind my journey. Like I'm gladly.
There's so much to get into.
I know. I'm like
oh my gosh.
I'm overwhelmed, but I'll be happy to share my PA school journey.
No one even knows you're a PA yet.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, I would have loved to, especially all of my like medical girlies that want to know like the route to PA school and all that. Like we can get into that. I was in aesthetics in California for a few years before coming out here. And then when we moved out here, I was like, okay, do I get a job out here? And I actually was in the process of, looking for jobs out here, but then they had crazy non-competes that I was like, you know what, I don't want to feel restricted because I know I'm going to open a med spa one day. Like, I don't know if it's tomorrow, but like, how can I get a job somewhere else and then be stuck here? I mean, the non-competes were 75, you can't work within 75 miles.
Yeah, it was
for
insane.
Like 2 years or something. It's nuts.
Where it's like you couldn't get a job.
So I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. So that's when we started talking.
And we're like, we got to get this going.
My dad, at the time, Teresa, we just were in the works of Sage. And then it just started flowing. It was so easy because Lauran had her background in nutrition. And then I had my background in medical, aesthetics. So we were just like, what is the thing that's missing in Chattanooga?
Yeah.
And that's when we're like, people like wellness is missing.
Yeah.
And we are wellness
People
girlies.
think they know wellness, and they really don't, especially like the good, true wellness. And that's what we saw. It's like most med spas, they do IV drips and they call themselves a wellness spa. And that's just not the case at all. And I feel like with our own journeys, which that's like a whole other thing we'll get into, but I struggled with skin stuff. You struggled with different skin things. So, and we learned from both that you have to heal your inner body for it to exude through your skin.
Yep.
So that's really where the passion came from, was dealing with our own issues, and we had to get them fixed. And wellness and health was really the way, on top of it, with other like skin treatments that we love, which we'll get into because we have the best devices ever.
Yes.
So,
I mean, health really took top priority when we moved out here. And I feel like that's where we incorporated it into Sage. And we're like, we need something different. We need to stand apart from every med spa that's out here. Because there's amazing med spas.
Right.
I mean, amazing, you guys.
Yeah.
There's like, I mean, I could name so many. And we're like, okay, it's not like not our competition, but what can make us different?
Right.
So that's where we were like, let's really pull in our strengths, which mine is skin and aesthetics, and Lauran's is wellness and health, and put them together. And that's where Sage came from. And so we just spent a year working on that, a year just.
And we always talk about how, like, back when we opened, we were such babies with like all things business. Like, I look back now, I'm just like, the like. Not mistakes, like learning opportunities, but like just things we went through, hiring, like oh my gosh, it's so funny to see how far we've come we'll be open officially for 2 years in a month, and I'm like, wow, like,
but in 2 years we've done so much, and I wish you guys, if you haven't already, follow Sage. That is our baby.
Sign Sage Better with us.
Sage Better with us, and Sage Better with Ken's. I mean, we've put in so much work into this.
I mean, picking out every decoration, ink color, flooring, hand picking each device, trying things out. I mean, we really wanted Sage to be so, like, everything we have here, we want to use and fully recommend.
Yes.
We're not all about the money. We're not all about, just getting people in and out. We want people to have true transformations from the inside out. So we literally hand chose everything to make it the best of the best, the creme de la creme.
And I mean, that can be I think we need to just do a whole episode just on Sage and what we offer and like that whole story. Because I mean, we have so many Sage stories too. Like, we'll have to have the girls on. That'll just be so fun and that's the cool thing is like, we've met so many people along the way of like moving out here, and we have so many inspirational and cool people in our lives that we're like, we need to.
We already were coming up with a list of like who we want to have on. We have so many people where that's going to easily be like 20 podcasts already.
So we're set, and we're just so excited to show this journey with you guys. I don't know how well this first episode's gonna come out, but we're trying.
With it.
Yeah. That's why we're like, finally, let's just do it. Like, it's 2025. We're feeling good.
We don't care. We're over just being scared. We just want to come in here and talk about our passion. The things we're passionate about, we can easily talk about for hours and hours.
I mean, it's already been,
yeah,
I don't even know
we're
how
just
long.
yapping away. So.
I hope this inspires anyone too to just do what you want to do in 2025. If that's any kind of New Year's Eve inspiration.
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling good today. I'm just like, I'm inspired to like.
Same.
Do
we're making
more.
our vision boards tonight.
Yeah, we're making vision boards. We're having a little party at Lauran's sister's house, which you'll meet her soon. But we're just excited.
Do what you're passionate about. Don't care about what anyone thinks, because we've done that for so long.
Yeah.
And now we're finally ready to just be ourselves. And that's where Barefaced comes from, because we want to show up as our most authentic, real selves. And we're not perfect. We make mistakes, but we want to share them with all y'all and just be ourselves.
At the end of the day.
And we're a little unbridled. We've got some wild stories that we think y'all would want to hear. So
for sure. So we're excited. I keep saying we're excited. That's one thing I need to stop.
25.
Just don't let me say it anymore. But anyways, we're
going to start releasing one every Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to stay tuned. And I know there's like a review section on all these podcasts, so just leave reviews.
Oh, wow.
Tell us what you want to hear. And we're going to make an Instagram.
Heck yeah. Here we go. And a TikTok.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're going to start doing that. That's like, we're holding ourselves accountable. So by me saying this, it's going to make us be accountable.
Yeah.
So,
and we'll look back on this in 2026.
And laugh.
And see how far we've come, because I just know a year just brings so much growth.
Oh, a year changes everything.
A year changes everything. So cheers, everyone.
2025 New Year.
Yes.
And remember to be barefaced and unbridled forever.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Bye.